Hello and welcome to The Lady Hustler. On this series, we'll be talking with amazing entrepreneurial women on their journeys in business, the joys, the pains, the beauty, all of it. We want to hear it all. And so, welcome. Today we're in Lagos with our first Lady Hustler, Ayodeji from Studio Concierge. So, welcome, Ayo. Welcome to the... So, Ayo, tell us about yourself and your business. What do you guys do?
Okay. My name is Ayodeji, right? 30-year-old lady entrepreneur from Nigeria. So I own a curated concept store. It's called Studio Concierge.
Lovely,
you guys are going to love it. Lovely. So for money, this is what I do. But for passion, I enjoy life. Right? That's it.
The store gives you enjoyment in life. I think everything about the store promotes good living.
Absolutely.
Balance.
So the whole point of the store is to spoil yourself with like different little bits that you love.
Okay. So give us examples. I know a bit, but you can tell our lovely listeners.
So the store we have fashion, clothing from different African vendors. We've got home scented candles. We've got amazing bottles of alcohol. We've got decor pieces. For some reason, I'm thinking about coffee right now. We have coffee. I think I need coffee. Yeah, so it's a very nice curated space. If you come in today, it's not the same thing you're going to see next week. So yeah, anywhere you can spoil yourself, you will find it here.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. I'm seeing some books that I'm going to pick up on my way out.
Have you read Confident and Killing It?
No, I haven't.
I think you actually
Yeah, that'll be my next read. So how did you get into this space? Like, what got you started? I don't know, what
got me started? Okay, so actually, Studio Concierge was born from a pivot, right? So when was this? Let me think back. COVID.
Okay.
So the actual business that got me into the entrepreneur lifestyle, because I was a 9-to-5 tech, women in tech kind of vibe. Yeah, because what I studied in university was innovation management with a specialization in entrepreneurship. So what I wanted to do was be the businesswoman behind the tech brains. Okay. Right? So I was busy doing that. And then a man proposed to me. Said, let's do the marriage thing. Right? And then it was time to do the Ashwebi. And I was like, what the heck is this process? Chaos. Do you know what I mean? No, we had 1,000 guests, and it's like, how do you send out invitations and Ashwebi to 1,000? Like, am I meant to stop my entire life just to do this?
Bear in mind, you're the bride.
Do you know what I mean?
Planning your wedding.
That was my first business, S01E01 Concierge. I did that for 1 month, 2 months as a side hustle while I was still doing my 9-to-5. Sorry, this story is long, but we're gonna get somewhere.
After your wedding?
No, during the so my wedding was the guinea pig. Yes, right. So 2 months in, S01E01 Concierge paid me my salary times 2. So I told my boss, thanks for coming. All right. Okay. And then I paid the rent for a store because I said, you know what? Let every bride have a space to come in and experience the business. And then COVID happened. Right? And weddings were completely stopped.
And your store wasn't being utilized.
And I had paid the rent, I had paid the renovators, I had bought furniture, right? So I was like, you know what are we going to do? So I said to all my friends who were small business owners, they had like skincare here, clothes here, perfume here. I was like, everyone bring your stuff, put it on the shelf. Let's see how this goes. Pay me a commission and let's limp along, right? And our first store was in Lekki. 9 months in, it was way too small. We had way too many products for the shelves. So I added more money and here we are.
Don't let anyone waste your time when you go shopping because they want to call Oga to confirm your bank transfer. Ask them for VPay to save you the stress and time. Look out for stores that use VPay to receive payment because your payment is instantly confirmed. They don't wait for SMS alert, and you will never get multiple debits because whether or not it goes through, you will know. Look for VPay, locate VPay, pay with VPay. Save time, avoid stress. Ask for VPay.
That's an amazing starting. Oh my god. I'm so happy that, no, this is that. Okay.
Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense. So if you're ever thinking of, am I supposed to pivot? Is this what I'm supposed to do? You never know. Go with the vibe.
No, that's actually an amazing starting story. Well, congratulations. We're here now. So in terms of, I guess, the journey, what would you say has been the most challenging part of this business so far?
The imposter syndrome. I ain't even gonna lie. Some days you wake up and you're like, hey, is this me? Small girl. What am I doing here? Honestly, having to basically hype yourself up every day. Because I don't know, as women, we're taught to not play small, but not try and don't be too much, don't be too big. So constantly having to remind myself that I'm that bitch, right? I'm doing this and it's actually doing well.
Yes.
Honestly, that's I think the most interesting, challenging part of it. Yeah.
And what would you say has been the highlights?
Highlights, honey, making money. Oh my God. There was one time Access Bank sent me a message. They said, you're making too much money for this account status. We need to upgrade. I was like, honestly, making money. It tells you that you're doing something right. Do you know what I mean? People are willing to give you their hard-earned money for things. And they come in and they're like, oh my God, I don't want to leave. Add a coffee shop, add this, so we can stay. It's
the space is actually really lovely and serene. You guys should come and check it out. Okay, so in terms of, I guess, always having to meet up with the demands of, like you said, when you come in today, it's a different thing. Do you have what inspires you to keep on creating and making the space be as positive as it is? Because it's obviously a lot of work. She didn't say everything they do here. They do gift curation, they do cards for games nights, they do clothing as well. They actually make pieces from fabrics. There's a lot of details that go in. So how are you able to manage that? And also, you also are very active on social media with your store as well. So the brand has its own presence. It's always communicating with its audience and its customers. And what would you say that has helped you with?
Two things. I would say I'm constantly inspired by my travels, and I'm constantly inspired by my team. Right? So obviously when you travel, you see the world, and it's just you see something as small as a door design in Morocco. And you're like, you know what, how can I bring this back home with me? Is it a candle that reminds you of your trip? Is it the clothing? So I'm constantly traveling and seeing the world, and it's how can I take this back with me? I'm constantly meeting artisans across the world, and it's you know what, I have to have your at Studio Concierge, and then we strike a deal, we make it work. And then my team, honestly, I am backed by the most amazing bunch of women. So Studio Concierge is women-owned, women controlled.
Lady hustlers.
Honestly.
Team members.
Yeah, my team literally do the damn thing. Even when I'm feeling tired and you know what, I need a break, they're like, no, we're about to sell out and the place can't be empty. You need to come back. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's amazing.
So everybody's supporting and keeping it up to speed. That's really good. So in terms of, I guess, challenges of obviously being in Nigeria, right? Because maybe somebody out there, is looking at something similar in their own capacity or their own style. What would you say, has been the biggest problem, and how have you been able to move past that? So maybe when you were building your new location,
being Nigerian. Okay, so when we were building this new location and doing it up, I think the biggest challenge had to be the constant fluctuation of the cost of Naira. Do you know what I mean? You wake up today, The naira is 700 naira.
This is the
Tomorrow, the naira is 900 naira. And it's like, you know, your vendor will send you an invoice. You know, it's 1 million naira to do this wall with mirrors. If you don't pay today,
tomorrow,
madam, in
double.
2 days, it's another price. Do you know what I mean? So it's like constantly trying to plan and stay on top of the plan. Nigeria is not the kind of place where you sit down, you plan, and everything just like goes. Do you know what I mean? You literally have to go back to the plan like once a week and be like, okay, are we on track? Is this still the same cost? Is this still, and just keep working. Honestly, it's super challenging, but you know, well,
and you have to apply.
You're capable.
Something.
Yeah. So where do you see your business going, you know, in the next 5 years or the next steps generally? What plans do you have in store?
Ooh.
biggest, most exciting plan at the moment is taking Studio Concierge outside of Africa.
Okay.
So the most exciting thing that I'm working on now is how can we move into Europe, right? Because we have a store in Nigeria, but we also have a website where people shop and we deliver.
Yeah.
And the largest portion of international customers are in the UK. So it's like, you know what? Let's come to you. Yeah. So that's the most exciting thing that we're working on at the moment. And it's trying to figure out what's the best way to go about this. Do we do pop-ups just to, feel the market? Or do we just do the damn thing and open a store and, be like, yeah, we're here. What's up, Harrods? What's up, Selfridges?
No, that would be amazing, I think.
Yeah.
I think that would be amazing. I think you can do both, but, it's all master planner, but I think you can do both. Like, yeah, people would really enjoy this space.
So.
Yes. And I think also according to the location, things also do alter. So the store, like, I guess the vibe itself as well can change. So you might decide something completely a little bit different, but it's still Studio Concierge, and it's still basically is giving people in that area that exposure. I think that's really exciting.
Absolutely.
So what are the things that you would have liked to have heard when you got started in this? So in the beginning, if you had someone giving you advice or things that you wish you knew, what would it have been?
I think in general, I wish, especially women, I wish we were a lot more, hold my hand. I've done this before.
Yes.
This is how it went. You know what? This is the guy that should do your signage. This is the guy that should do your plumbing. We're not very forthcoming with information like that. But I've had people walk in and they're like, who does your packaging? And I'm like, here's the number. We don't all have to struggle.
Right.
What's that thing that they say about you can give them the recipe, but they don't have the sauce?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Everybody has their own flair.
Honestly, sharing information and the real on how you went through it. Not all this, I aspired to perspire and magic happened. No.
Yeah, that's a really cool one. Okay.
Yeah.
So is that your trump card for everything? Or
I think maybe another thing is how much did it actually cost? I know a lot of people are shy to be like, you know what, I spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of millions on this. But come on, what's really the big deal?
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Honestly, if you give me an idea that it costs you 10, 15 million to do up a space, that would give me an idea of, okay, me that I'm a small girl trying to work with 5 million, I can't do this. Let me start smaller. Yeah, I think it's, like I said, give them the recipe. They ain't got your sauce.
yeah, I think that's nice. What you just said is true, because honestly, it is very closed off, and I feel like a lot of people don't know how to go about things, so they just stay in their own bubble. But it's hard, and it's everybody's gone through an experience, so I'm sure you can mitigate a bit of that trouble.
Yeah.
And bounce.
We go faster when we go together.
Yes,
Abi? Yeah.
yes.
I'm a bank of proverbs today.
Hey. Okay, so honestly, it's been amazing chatting.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed.
Thank you for coming.
There and
Talking to you, and yeah, you guys should come and check out the space.
So don't forget.
Studio Concierge, if you want to spoil yourself or spoil the ones that you love, come down.
You heard it from
Oh yeah, let me say, we are on Instagram, Studio Concierge NG. Our website is www.studioconcierge.ng. Alrighty, see you soon.
See you soon, and stay tuned for more from the Lady Hustlers. Bye.